It don't matter the color of the skin, either woman or man, just let the case land. It's here, it's in safe hands. This is God work, not a fake plan. Too many kids being found in these lakes, man. This is MTGV, and you with Miss V. She keep her ear to the street, like a drum to a beat. This is the place that you wanna be, but all trolls we delete, you better believe. Just so you know we don't go for those that's taking these souls. We know, but it's getting so out of control. Just so you know we don't go for those that's taking these souls. We know, but it's getting so out of control. Thank you for tuning in to MTGV, True Crime TV. Y'all know what it is, man. Team Vibe, Miss V. And make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you leave a comment, too. Yeah. We're going to see you on the flip side, man.
I'm going to get on here, and I'm going to say this. I'm not waiting for nobody to get on here. You know what? I have tried so hard to not address anybody in a rude, disrespectful way at all. But I'm sick of people who want to fight against me about fighting what happened to my son. It's bad enough I got to fight the police, and I got to fight for answers and all that. But people who make up shit about my son, I'm tired of it. Whoever Daily Campbell is, face me personally. Posting things about Jelani, talking about what he's had trouble with. Talk to me. I'm right here. I'm very available. Y'all want to talk to me? Talk to me. I'm sick of people talking about Jelani. I'm sick of it. I tried my best today to get up, to be positive, to be happy, to be okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to MTGV Crime Podcast. So today we talking about Jelani. Some more footage has been released, and the name that she just said is the person that released everything from the Freedom of Information Act. This person, because it's public information, they requested it, but their mission in all of this is to defend the police and, you know, what the police is saying and trying to debunk things that Carmen is saying. So I've been following this case and Carmen since 2021, since it happened, since the day that I found out about it. And so I know a lot about the case. And so I'm going to help make everything make sense. Even though the person that's putting it out is not a friend of hers, this is still information from the Freedom of Information Act. The thing is, this person is, they're not putting everything out at once, just kind of sporadic. It shows that it's like over 200 documents, but when you see the paperwork that's being put out, it's different numbers and things like that, but it's kind of going with the things that they're posting. And so I'm not sure exactly what all they did to Carmen. We gonna finish listening to this. This is another live stream that I did. And shout out to everybody in the building. Please smack the thumbs up if you have not. We have quite a bit of information to go over. Welcome in. Please smack the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. We gonna finish listening to this a little bit.
I gotta get on here and read about all this shit about my son. I'm sick of it. Y'all do not know. Whoever Daily Campbell is, that reported, that posted all this stuff being posted about, I don't even know what Reddit is. I don't have a Reddit account. I'm on here. I'm not social media savvy. So if you want to address Carmen, Jelani Day's mother, you can contact her via Facebook. You can contact her via Instagram. You know how to reach me. I have an email address, Justice for Jelani Day. Contact me. Jelani was not, I'm going to say again, nothing was wrong with Jelani. Nothing was wrong with him. Nothing was wrong with my son. Okay, so quit putting out this agenda or this article about, or these things about, or these narratives about something being wrong with him. Whoever on making all these narratives about Jelani. I'm sick of it. I'm trying to live my day today. I tried today. And I could not even do it today because of this bull crap that y'all keep on putting everywhere about my child. How nobody wanted to talk about him until I got on here on the day the anniversary of him. It's amazing to me. Nobody wanted to talk about him until I did. Now you want to get on here and base all this stuff. Stop it. Please stop. I'm sick of it. And that's all I want to address daily. And all the other naysayers, I can't even address everybody that's been in those inboxes to me. I have not even said the Reddit account, the different things that y'all sent to me this weekend. I tried my best not to even address anything. I wanted my mind to be clear. I do not get to rest. And nobody, y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. And it's okay. You don't have to care because Jelani wasn't your son. He was my son. This does not even have to impact you because it impacts me. But at the same time, stop. If you got something you want to say, address me. Stop making these Jelani Day Facebook, creating these groups. Address me. Address me. Address me. That's what I want you to do. Address me. I'm sick of.
That really broke my heart when I first heard that. It breaks my heart to hear right now a grieving mother have to defend herself, her son, because somebody is like trying to debunk things that she's saying because of, I mean, number one, you got to look at everything, right? This person wants to come out and defend the police and what they're saying and their position, right? But Carmen was treated like crap from day one. And so when you combine all of those things and the things that they tried to get her to believe about her son, about this being self-inflicted, and the way that, I mean, they cussed at her. Just all of the things, everything is alleged. But if you've been following, if you know anything about this case, you've seen her. And her story don't change. And I don't like when people, attack grieving parents or victims. It's not okay. It's just not okay. So what we looking at right here is part of what was released by the same person because they got the Freedom of Information Act. And so this is what we're looking at. And these are showing the actions of Jelani that day, the last day that he was seen alive. And I'm going to read a few documents that was attached to this to try to make it make sense as far as where he was at, what he was doing. I did a live stream the other day and it was going over the footage at Beyond Hello. The only thing I didn't show in that footage was him actually making the purchase inside. And I have all intentions of going. And I mean, I actually did a video with the full video though. But then when I did a live stream, I didn't have that part in it. So it is out there on my channel. I forgot about that. And I'm going to release this in a video too. But I just wanted to come live and just talk about everything. Welcome in Black People Unite. And welcome in to Lisa J. Stocks. Shout out to the people in the bushes. Please smack the thumbs up, y'all. It helps. Hit the reactions. And, let me know what you think about what you're hearing. Justice for Jelani Day. It's been, 3 years, y'all. This was 2021. And she is still no closer to finding out what happened to her son than the day that it happened. So I'm going to start this. Let me see. So the way that this particular, this video starts is showing him coming through the gates. I showed that in my last live stream. I didn't put it in this one. I can only put so much in here. So, okay. So this is where it starts at. And this is him entering according to what I'm hearing. And this is incident narrative 18. 708, it says Jelani enters the bone parking lot, which we don't have that part. But 7:08, he's entering the Bone main entrance. 7:10, the vestibule to the library. And that's exactly where he's going right now. I mean, coming from. Then it says at 7:11, he enters Milner main entrance. At 7:17, he exits Milner main door. At 7:18, he leaves the Bone via vestibule. And then 7:19 arrives at Starbucks. So he's not there yet at Starbucks. But I'm let me see. Okay. So 7:19 he entered 7:19 he arrives at Starbucks. 7:19 he orders the coffee. At 7:21 he picks up the coffee. So it says at 7:21 he picks up the coffee. And 7:23 he leaves, but it don't say nothing about him sitting there. He's sitting right there. I don't see that. See what I'm saying? Like it's just that right there, but this is the official document. I mean, because it literally says he orders the coffee, 3 minutes later he picks it up. So I guess in that it could have been about 3 minutes that he was sitting there. But I still think it would have been important to note that he was sitting there. Because he could have been messing with his phone or anything at that time. And one thing I noticed, like when he walked away, I could see another person moving. He's standing right there, and then they both walk in that direction. But I don't know if it's not showing that person is with him here. So let's say that. So he leaves the Bone Center at 7:23. And another, so he's standing there talking to somebody. I don't see that. He's standing there. That's like look like a front desk. He doing something. He talking to somebody. That's not here. That's not right here. All it say is 7:21 he picks up coffee. 7:23 he leaves the Bone Center. And then at 7:26 he's walking across the bridge. But we see how long he's sitting here, and that ain't even here. You think that was important to add? I do. Look like he doing something with his phone. Maybe he's looking for directions because they gave the narrative. The guy that posted this gave the narrative that he appeared to be lost. I might find that on these documents too, but we just watching. Okay, so now they didn't mention nothing about none of that, but then they say he leaves. He's walking at 7:26. He's walking across the bridge. At 7:27, Scroder Plaza, southeastbound. 7:29, he walks through a quad. At 7:34, Scroder Plaza northbound. And then he goes back across the bridge too. Like, that's gonna probably be in the next clip. But it says that so at 7:34, Schroeder Plaza northbound. 7:36 crossing bridge northbound. 7:38 walks to car and drives off. And 7:39 exits Bone Center parking lot. We got him entering and exiting the parking lot, and I played that yesterday or the other day. So you could catch that on the live stream yesterday with the security footage of Beyond Hello, which I felt was suspicious activity outside. But the full video is in video. Just check out my video tab for that. So I mean, we just watching. I didn't like magnify anything here. I don't know if where he at here, to be honest. But we looking. This is the full video that was released. I think it's only it should only be this footage. Whatever he did at the university and what he did at Beyond Hello. But as I'm looking at this though, y'all, why didn't they just release this to his mother? Why couldn't they just show this to her? You know, like, I remember hearing John Walsh, tell his story when his son Adam came up missing, and they didn't really have nothing in place for kids. Now, of course, Adam Walsh was a little child. But what I'm saying is when that happened, he was able to go to news stations, FBI, everybody took him in, and he ended up with this show, America's Most Wanted, because of it. They let him set up phone lines and had people calling in. In some cases, people let you come and look at the footage. Like Dollar General actually did let her come in. But just like I can say that Dollar General let her come in. Now this is the other part of the video. So let's see. So this is where he's supposed to be walking to his car and driving off, I guess. Because he already crossed. Or maybe let's see what happens. Because this is 3 minutes and 6 seconds. But yeah, it's just amazing how things can work when people treat you like a human. Welcome in, Protected by God. How you doing? So was there any phone record information provided for this time frame? So I do have some phone information. Let me see. Wait, did I even read all this? Let me read the top portion of this part. So the top portion of the locations that I was just reading, it says, okay, so this is narrative 18. This report is dated 9/1/2021 at 11:11. So, Jelani went missing on 8/24. This was written on 9/1. So it says this supplement report was generated to document that on Friday, 8/27/2021, Business Administrator ISU PSD sent video surveillance footage of Jelani Day while he was on campus at ISU on 8/24/2021 from her email. Hold on. Business Administrator ISPPD. Okay. Sent video surveillance footage of Jelani Day while he was on campus at ISU on 8/24. So she is saying that she sent it on 8/24. And I'm thinking as I'm reading, y'all, because I remember Carmen saying certain footage was put and stuff before she even had said she reported Jelani missing. But anyway, I'm gonna just try to stick to what we doing right now. But so Jelani Day, while he was on campus, ISU 8/24, from her email to my department email, I placed the video footage files into a compressed folder, uploaded the folder to evidence.com, and associated the footage with case number, whatever the case number is. And to view the footage, please see the evidence, ISU video footage. Okay, so this video actually is starting over. So that was allegedly all the activity from the campus. But I mean, I noticed glitches and stuff in things and pauses like in certain parts of the video. And I didn't put any edits on it. I just recorded it and released it the way it was, but I had to split it up. And I mean, I had to make it make sense because of the way that it was. But as far as his phone calls, what I have, and I don't even, I guess it, wait, I'll just read it. So this says on Saturday, 8/23/2021, I was sent the records request via search warrant from blank of Verizon. I uploaded the compressed folder. Hold on, this is dark as heck. Okay, it said I uploaded the compressed folder containing the records to evidence.com and associated the folder with case number. To view the records, please select the evidence titled Jelani Day Verizon Records. So I reviewed the records at length, noting the following. It says, number one, the last place call by Jelani was at 9:41 and 34 seconds p.m. the night before. So 8/23/21. This call was placed to his brother blank at blank and lasted about 112 seconds. 2. Next, the generated pivot tables is Excel to determine the most frequently occurring phone numbers in Jelani's cell records. I am listing those numbers below in no particular order and will provide an exact total of communications with each number in this report. And then it also says see supplement number 24. So the most frequent numbers in his phone are to be expected based off of what his mother always said about him. So number one, they said the number, it was Jelani's friend, Jelani's father. The number is possibly utilized by Jelani's friend. Then it says there's a number for New Horizon Credit Union. There's his brother, his mother, his sister, his grandmother, his cousin. Based off of that, he's very family oriented, talking to everybody. So 3, next imported the Verizon records into CastVid. So from via the cell phone, and now keep in mind a cell phone wasn't located for a long time, y'all. So from viewing the call detail records, geographic location data, I noted that there are no records of Jelani having ever been in the area of Peru, Illinois between 4/27/2021 and 8/27/2021. So focusing on 8/24/2021, I noted the following. Jelani's cellular device utilizes towers that cover his apartment. So basically what they're saying, after Jelani left the school. So okay, this date is 8/24. So it's saying that, hold on, Jelani's device utilizes towers that covers his apartment, between the hours of midnight and 6:30 a.m. on 8/24. So after 6:30 a.m., Jelani's device travels north and then west to the area of Illinois State University. Jelani's cellular device stays in the area of Illinois State University between about 6:43 a.m. and 7:38 a.m. on 8/24. So we watched his actions. We're watching his actions on campus. And let me take it back to the first video, because now it's just replaying the last video. Or wait a minute, it might be one more. Let me see. Yeah, it is one more. This, I guess, the one that's supposed to show him leaving and stuff. And like I said, I couldn't, I was just recording it at the time. I didn't necessarily see him walking or his exact car, but we'll get to all of that. But y'all might see it as y'all looking at it. My focus was just to get it recorded and put out. So yeah, so that's what I'm reading. So Jelani's device was in the university area from 6:43 a.m. until 7:38 a.m. according to this document. So this corresponds to the video footage at ISU where Jelani's vehicle is observed leaving the Bone parking lot at 7:39. Again, I played that yesterday. I don't have it in here. And so then it says between 7:38 a.m. and 7:46 a.m., Jelani's device moves east away from the campus, but returns again to the ISU area between 7:48 and 8:03. Now, I don't know. That's another thing. Like, some of these videos had the timestamp on it and some didn't. Let me see. Hold on. Because it's showing a time right there. I can't see it. Can y'all see what time is at the bottom right now? What time do y'all see on there? I don't have my other device. I'm not looking at it. But some, like I said, some of them have timestamp that I could see and some of them did not. And hold on. So yeah, Sanity Return. I don't know what that was about, or if we see this on footage. So at about 8:06 a.m., Jelani device moves east and south towards his apartment. It appears that Jelani's device shows back up in the area of his apartment by 8:27. So that answers my question, allegedly. It answers my question when I wondered if he went home and changed his clothes or not. I remember his mother saying that when they went to his apartment, it was the typical Jelani. He was the type that he would just peel out of his clothes and leave them right there where he peeled out of them at. He could step back into them and pull them up if he wanted to. So he was just messy like that. But I don't remember her saying it was the particular clothes that he was wearing, because we know that news don't always get it right. But I can remember the news saying that his clothes was found in the trunk, then, or in the back seat. And then it was clothes found by some bored white girls, remember? So if we are to go by, what we see him in the dress outfit. Then we seen him at Beyond Hello. Right after he left here, they're telling us that Jelani went home. And I guess allegedly changed his clothes there. But he was doing some stuff with his phone while he was there. And I don't know who he was talking to, because it says that the last call placed by Jelani was 9:41 the night before, talking to his brother. That's what they telling us right here. The last call placed by Jelani was that night. Prior to talking to his brother, he was texting Kara, the director, who was also the reason why he was at the school right here. So then there's page 36, and the document pages is 206 pages. Hold on, I need something to drink. Okay, so it says just after 9 a.m., Jelani's device moves north, arriving in the area of Veterans Parkway. And that's when I took that footage out. But that is when he was at Beyond Hello. But I do have, hold on, let me change that picture. I'm glad I at least got the shady part. Somebody came in my comments, act like, just people ask, when people ask stupid questions and they kind of trying to challenge you. I had a little bit of that in that video, and it's just like, I said, they act like they was the security that day. I even asked them that, I think. But one thing I noticed that, the security people that was working there that day was Tri-Stone Security, and they have a particular logo. I don't see that on the back of his jacket. It just say security. Like, you could buy those anywhere, and we already established what it looked like to us. But if you didn't catch that live, check that one out to help make it make sense. But so it's saying that just after 9 a.m., Jelani device moves north, arriving in the area of Veterans Parkway and GE Road by about 9:10. From the distance to the tower measurements provided by Verizon, I believe it likely that Jelani visited either Walgreen, located at 1525 North Veterans Parkway, or Beyond Hello, a cannabis dispensary located at 1515 North Veterans Parkway. I later learned that Jelani entered the parking lot of Beyond Hello at about 9:11. Purchased a blue gelato 41 pre-rolled joint and left the business at about 9:16. So let me see. Later, he entered the parking lot at 9:11. He left the business at 9:16. And at 9:21 shows Jelani device to still be in the area of Beyond Hello. And this is the last cellular tower records for Jelani device as provided by Verizon. So we seen when Jelani pulled off from Beyond Hello. We seen all of his actions from the live stream the other day to this one. What part of anything that we seen rang self-unaliving? What made them say that? Based off of what I'm reading here, they didn't have nothing. They even told Carmen that they couldn't find nothing on him, right? Where do you come up with self-unaliving? I mean, just his movements in here, he didn't look like he was, his clothes was on. He looked well kept. He looked like he was good. He drinking coffee, probably was hungry, like his mama always say he hungry. Those were the things she was concerned about, because he depended on her the most, y'all. So was he hungry? Was he thirsty? Did he, was he cold? Type of thing. But let me put them videos back up, because where did they get self-unaliving from? Because I would have never drew that conclusion when I looked at him on campus. But can y'all also help me understand, why didn't they just release this to his mom? Why couldn't she see this the day that it happened? That's the cruel. He grabbed a face mask right there. That's the cruel part. I mean, it's a lot of cruel parts, because a lot of things could have been avoided. But I don't know if I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. If I wasn't reading, if I wasn't reading what I'm looking at, I wouldn't know what I'm looking at. I would just see him walking around campus. I don't know where yet. I don't, there's people around. But he damn sure don't look like he ready to go jump in the river. I can tell you that. He didn't get up early that day to go jump in a damn river. Nothing about him says that. So, Daley Campbell, I mean, he really, I know this person is trying to defend the cops and stuff like that, law enforcement, but you can't defend that. Look at him. And then look, remember, this is the only screen. Now I had said we only had the Beyond Hello still shots, but we only had still shots, y'all. And all of this footage was collected that day. And it man, listen. Let me see what y'all saying. It's crazy. Hey, Joe, welcome in. Welcome in, Bronze. Thank y'all for coming through. Welcome in, Miss T. Miss TT. Hey, AP, welcome in. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, so much, all of this, her wondering, it's like they just wanted to stress her out. Like, come on, man. Like, this could have been showed to her the day that it happened. So you mean to tell me the most important person in Jelani's life, his mama, his daddy, his family, they couldn't see this, but the directors and all of them could know this information. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't defend that, because you have to add everything that happened. And when you combine everything, that her whole experience, it was uncalled for. Totally uncalled for. Now I got some more. Let me see. I got plenty of stuff here, but it's just so much. I'm going to play this video that I do believe it talks about what happened in the beginning stages. Now, that everything that I just reported here, I'm going to also read what the person wrote. Now, this is the same person that in the beginning that Carmen was talking about. So it says, this is the timeline of Jelani's movements around campus on the morning of August 24th, 2021, which is the day that he went missing. So this corresponding video surveillance footage per the police report. The footage, that's what I'm gonna let y'all know, like, this person's stance, so you can understand, why Carmen was yelling, okay? Why she was upset and furious. But this ain't what she was talking about, because this was just this right here that I'm reading was just posted yesterday. So this fresh off the press. But this is what they wrote. So 8/24/2021 with corresponding video surveillance footage per the police report. The footage does not show him going to the student health services or Fairchild Hall, which houses the speech and language pathology. He ends up walking towards Moulton Hall, and that is nowhere near the student health services and Fairchild Hall. Make me think he might have been lost. Also, a report on the geographical location data from Jelani's phone note between 7:38 a.m. and 7:46 a.m. his phone moves from the campus but returns to ISU between 7:48 and 8:03. Yeah, I did absolutely noted that, and I don't know what that means. Like, I mean, so yeah, I mean, what does that mean? Where did he go and come back? And I mean, obviously we seen him show back up at Beyond Hello, but you know, if he never made it to where he was supposed to be, I don't know. That part I don't know. If he ever did what him and what he was there for. You know, if I was to go by what he said, then no, he didn't. He was in the wrong spot. But that don't make sense that he would not go and do everything that he was supposed to do. So I'm gonna have to look into some stuff. But this one, let me see. Let's listen at this.
The bank to see if Jelani's card had been swiped, and that's when I missing persons report that night. The next morning, I got up early in the morning.
So she's taught this is perfect for what we doing right
missing
now.
persons report that night. The next morning, I got up early in the morning and checked the bank to see if Jelani's card had been swiped, and that's when I found out his card had purchased something at the Starbucks on Tuesday. I started doing my research then. I left Belleville, Illinois, and we went to Bloomington. I went to the Starbucks. I went to the school. I ended up speaking to the teacher in person, who then let me know. I found out that Jelani had actually been on the campus that Tuesday morning. At 6:50, he had logged into the computers on campus, put in.
Okay, she says 6:50. That's the kind of stuff like I'll have to I know it was 6 something.
Some notes because he had clinicals that day, and he had 2 patients that he needed to see. However, he didn't show up for clinicals or the patient. I also found out that at that point, that's all I knew at that point, that he had been to Starbucks, and I knew he had been there since 7 something in the morning. Moving forward, I later learned that the last ping on his phone was at 9:20. The detective that was then assigned to the case, let me back up because let's get to the part where how I got the detective. I called the professor because when I called the school to ask them if they had cameras, if they had seen my son, they kind of blew me off. It was like, okay, we'll get to it. So I called her because I'm like, okay, this is a faculty member, and maybe she can make some progress for me. So I had her check and see if we can get the cameras to look. When she called me back, she told me that the cameras had already been retrieved by the police. And that kind of puzzled me. I was like, what? Because I just reported him missing. I hadn't even told anyone that he had been to Starbucks. So how had they had the cameras from Starbucks? But I listened to her, and then she said that she knew somebody in the police department that was had some higher up authority missing persons report that night.
They cut it off too. I don't know who. Yeah, I need to find this full video. But yeah, so that was the actions. That was what was going on when he was on campus that day, and so she knew of some of his actions, but she wasn't showing this footage. Not from what I'm gathering. But I mean, so from this footage, what are y'all gathering? It don't make sense that he would go there and leave and all of this and then end up there, phone turned off. Like, it's crazy. I mean, the only thing that I could think of between like everybody else is saying, somebody could have jumped in his car. The security was suspicious out there, and they did fire those guys. That was security of Beyond Hello. They all got fired 8 days after Jelani's body was found. And then when he leaving out, we got a suspicious looking security guard standing out there. That's just like crazy. And then, not to mention, by what they found the boot print out there, the gun clip. They found stuff that was belonging to security. Like as a matter of fact, Carmen mentioned something else that they found, and she was like, whoever dropped this should have been looking for it. It should have had to be accounted for, type of thing. So yeah, it kind of points towards like some type of law enforcement or security with those things. And he was in the parking lot. But I mean, I'm just saying. Now, somebody was like, well, do you think he was holding people thinking a earpiece, or somebody said something about and I think I'm gonna have to go to that comment. They said something, a chip. Have y'all ever heard of a chip? I'm like, why would they be holding a chip like a phone? Help me understand that. But let me share with y'all some of the shade that this dude be doing though. Cause remember, I played a little bit of the interview from Stay Dangerous, and he had mentioned, I mean, the black person driving his car came up, right? And I had actually forgot about that. And then we read in a report about somebody had reported that they seen a black person driving his car or whatever. So just because somebody reports something don't make it gospel. Just want to say that. But this guy posted with all the various car sightings and eyewitness accounts of a black male driving Jelani's car in Peru area, and most notably 2 black males seen in the gravel lot behind the YMCA with Jelani's car. I do want. I ain't never heard that. I do wonder why in 3 years that particular piece of the information has never been shared by the family. See what he trying to insinuate? This is why she pissed off. This was posted on the 28th, but if this is the kind of stuff he posting, of course she gonna be mad. Why you trying to debunk a grieving mother? Like, first of all, I mean, just because somebody said they was black don't mean a damn thing. They could have just said that. Ever thought of that? Like, how many people have been caught that gave a description of a black man doing something? I mean, matter of fact, what the latest that I could think of off the top of my brain is that Uber driver who unalive, what's her name? Shanti Dixon. She was a dancer, and he was an Uber driver that picked her up from work and unalived her, like right there by her house, her apartment she had just moved in at a dead end. And what was the first thing he wanted to say? Oh, two black men, a black man, and we even got them wearing masks too. Black mask, face mask, not face mask, but y'all know them whole head mask. A black person impersonating black. So ain't nobody trying to hear this. Like, come on. We got to look at how this woman, this family has been treated all the way around the board. I mean, if she would have been anybody else that looked like them, if this would have been one of their family members, you think they wouldn't have been right there at the university looking at this footage with security? Do you think they wouldn't have been allowed to do that? Come on. So I do wonder why in 3 years that particular piece of information haven't been shared by the family. Surely they were told about these reports. Instead of addressing this seemingly important information, the public has been led to believe it was some type of hate crime with no evidence of it. And people trying to help while vilified. And people trying to help were vilified. It's unfortunate and sadly really has not done Jelani any justice. It's unfortunate and sadly really has done Jelani any justice. See how this person is kicking the blame on his mother. We know she didn't do it. She trying to figure out what happened to her son, and by any means necessary, whatever she gotta turn up, like she said before. If I gotta say that he did it to himself, whatever, just go look for him or whatever. It was something that she said to that effect. But yeah, I don't believe no black person had a damn thing to do with it. You know why? Because don't nobody cover for the black folks. But yeah, nobody would have been trying to figure out nothing. It would have already been solved. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the big difference. That's how we know. Like, it reads something totally different when it's corruption. When all evidence is not being looked at. It's so many different factors of this case that proves that it's BS. Cover up type of thing. Anytime somebody get mad because you ask a freaking question. Wait a minute. Did I want to show something else? Or listen to something else? No, I don't. Go on and take it down. What y'all think about this guy though? It's like his fight is to get the truth out about the cops, I guess, law enforcement. What difference does it make? Why would that matter? Wait, what happened? I said it then and still question now. Was Jelani by any chance DL? That's what it gives me. Yeah, I never cared about that. I remember somebody said that, but I have never talked. I don't even think I ever talked about that because I don't care. I really don't. If he was DL or not, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I like to go off of what we do know based off of his family and stuff like that, what they're saying, and not really get clouded with rumors or BS. And I mean, who somebody is laying with and all this. This man was about to graduate and as a doctor, and he was on campus to take care of business. Yet he ends up at a weed dispensary and found 11 days later in a river. Mother being told he did it to herself, and it makes no sense. It don't even have to make sense no more. So yeah, that's what old dude posted right there, and then it was something else. Let me see. Somebody said I requested the information on the black truck entering the YMCA on 8/24. I'm waiting for the response. So people is, taking action or whatever, but dang, I wish this stuff would have happened 3 years ago. But one thing about it, I know like she wouldn't have been able to get this information that we looking at right now if they wasn't gonna be sensible enough to just let her look at this stuff to ease her mind just to see, what was going on. I would like to see it with no chop ups, like, because you never know. Like, what do you trust now at this point? But yeah, so we read the text messages between him and his professor yesterday. I ain't gonna even read them. So here's something that he said. So for anyone still questioning whether Jelani actually left beyond hello, here's the full video. He walks out, gets into his car at 9:16 a.m., sits there for 4 minutes, and then in parentheses, police told Carmen this is when he turned off his location and deleted things from his phone. I don't even what? I ain't never heard that. And then backs up to leave at 9:20. His phone was turned off and last pinged at 9:21 a.m. right after he left out of the parking lot. Notice the dent in the passenger rear door and scuffs on the bumper were already there. Well, yeah, the dent, I already knew that dent was already there. I mean, yeah, he see what this guy is doing, y'all. He is totally protecting law enforcement. I don't know who he is. Y'all heard Carmen say he didn't have a face. Well, I don't know if he or not, but I'm happy that he got this out though, because, and I'm happy I'm seeing it right away because I will be because I care about the case as well. It's just that I'm on the side of justice for Jelani. And it ain't about protecting law enforcement for me. But it don't make nothing make sense. But nothing them saying that don't make sense either. I remember something about him looking up Greyhound and all of this stuff. That just don't. I don't know. I need to listen to his brother's interview now. I don't know which brother would have been the last brother that he talked to. But I know his brother has spoke a few times, Seve, but I haven't listened to his interviews in full or anything. So I need to go and do that. See if he talks about talking to Jelani, being the last person to talk to him and stuff. But I don't know. They wouldn't have known that right away because they didn't have Jelani's phone information or nothing. This person does not sound to be in support of a grieving mother and family who want answers. Exactly. Like, I mean, come on, man. How can you look at Carmen and spew this type of stuff. Like, oh, I mean, I have never looked at her describe her experience and what her son and thought she was full of it. Oh, I don't, or thought like something that she was saying wasn't accurate. Like she actually goes out of her way. Like in the beginning, she just describes how she didn't want to be the angry black mother and she's just expecting them to do their job. And I mean, she learned real quick. And it's just like, what? I mean, no, she's even talking and she'll be like, well, wait a minute, let me make sure I got this right because I don't want to misquote anybody. You know, she's a God fearing woman. Like in that um video that I played in the beginning, I had never heard her speak like that. That I was like, wow, and it brought tears to my eyes. I'm like, she is really upset because she is not even a type that be doing all that. She's a respectful person, and she's a just from what I see, she seemed like she has integrity. And this person is making her out to be some type of ignorant hood rat or something out here just spewing anything out her mouth. Like, stop it. Like, her behavior, the way that she's been over these 3 years since I've been following her, I would want her to fight for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here. It's really sad though, y'all. This is how people try to taint folks and lie on them and make them look a certain way that they're not. And it's the same thing that they doing to her son. I mean, hell, the same people that wasn't doing their job wrote the damn reports. So miss me with that 3 years later. Jay Glover said if they post it as a self-unalignment, the less paperwork they will have to do. They will only have to show the time and place he was before it happened. Yeah, it is. It is sad. It is. It means all investigations is canceled. That's what I've been seeing when they say it's self-unaliving. And whoever did this knew what they was doing. It was organized. I don't care what nobody say. And because I can't make no sense of it, why anybody would do this to him? Was it jealousy? Was it organs? Was it? I mean, the condition of his body tells me that it was something. And every time, like, I gotta go to this because to listen at this person's spew the hate that he's spewing is just absolutely ridiculous when we know the shape that Jelani's body was found in. I mean, we know what the pathologist said. But this person is just acting like, oh, she's just, this is outlandish what she's talking about. See, he did this and that and that. Like, so what? How much of the video is cut off? How much didn't we see? How many other places did he go to that we don't even have the video footage of? Like, we just supposed to believe everything? Because this should have been shown to her 3 years ago if wasn't nothing being swept under the rug. She could have seen this 3 years ago, what we just seen, right? I don't see no reason why none of this was kept from her or the public. Everything she had to learn about on her own on the news if she didn't solve it herself and give them the information, according to the things she's been telling us for 3 dang on years. And I just watched them solve a case from a beer can. Yet we got footprints and work paraphernalia found out there that ain't nobody checking for. Video footage said they didn't have that they did have. Like, come on. Like, you got to put all this together and tell me again that this don't sound like a cover-up. Hell, if you got 3 years to come up with a narrative and match videos with it, I'm just saying everything alleged, but I'm just saying, like, the sooner the information gets out, the less mistrust you have. The longer it takes them, and all the disrespect on top of it, and all the lying and laughing and emails and all of the stuff that happened over the years is just ridiculous. His body sat there unidentified forever in the water for 11 days. That's the best way to get rid of evidence. Spreading everything in these little small cities is the best way to get nobody to take responsibility for the case, because it's all jurisdictions involved. So what do? Build a task force and nobody does nothing. Hell, I mean, according to his mother. Who are they to make such allegations without a proper investigation, nor any indicators leading up to the unfortunate demise of any crime? Exactly. Like, I mean, oh yeah, he did it to himself. Maybe he was overwhelmed with school. Overwhelmed. He was an A student. What are you talking? Without trying. And then just this whole, oh, he was non-compliant, like the words, like it's almost like, okay, Carmen, when she explains how Kara was for her, like she was looking at her as a help and all of this stuff. But then when she found out what statement Kara gave, she was highly upset. Why would you say these things about my son? I talked about that in a video. It's late. The video is titled FOIA something. But I talked about that already, not too long ago. It might have been 2 months ago. But she was like, you told me that he was doing fine, but then so all of this stuff reads shady, right? Everything. Is there a video of him leaving the second time from the school? That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know about the second time, and I don't know. I mean, that's what I said. Like the footage that I'm showing, if I wasn't reading this, just look at this footage as if you don't know nothing. What would you know? You just see a person walking around. I mean, I can't build a narrative off of. I mean, I guess I could. I could write a story about it. I could, yeah, we all could. But what's really going on? Because according to him, like he's not in the right area that he was supposed to be in. He appeared to be lost. That's what they telling us. But when I'm looking at this, I'm like, he doing a lot of walking. That's what I was thinking. Like going across the bridge, coming back. When I first looked at it, I hadn't read anything. I was just recording it because in my mind, I'm thinking this. I don't want nothing I don't want somebody to delete it or So I'm trying to record it right quick. I'm not looking at details. I'm not. Now there's a time on there. Is that what's that say? 7:45, or it just changed. Some of the videos have time and some of them don't. But yeah, all that, hiking back and forth across the bridge and back. I'm like, what is going on? So I don't know. I mean, the hell? What are we looking at? I mean, I see them. It's good to see them and stuff. See more than still shots, but they ain't even. Some of the things wasn't even explained in the report. What is he doing there? He probably on his phone right there. Who sit down waiting on something that ain't on their phone? So I'm just saying, this 3 years later. Sad. I was gonna play the pathology, what he said, but I'm not. I got a whole playlist of pathology. What he said. The pathologist, Dr. James Bryant, told us, how Jelani's body was by the time he got it, and how destroyed it was. Like, we looking at him in great shape, shirt nicely tucked in, and his clothes looking good together. Like, he ain't looking like. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ready to jump in the damn river. Posture good. Get out of here, man. Like, he was fine. It's just little things about sharing the fact that he was what did it say? He was a match for his dad. That's how they said. He was a match for his dad. That shows that he was good, in good health. I don't know why that was mentioned. Yeah, and he was, look, I didn't even know you said that. And he was a donor for his father, so why would he do exactly? Like, that was the most important thing to him. Jelani was looking forward to taking care of his parents. He really was, retiring his mother. So, what was the condition of the clothing that was found under the rocks? Were they torn? Signs of struggle? Nope, they was balled up. They was balled up and put in between rocks. I have a video about that too. It got that as a thumbnail. The clothes that he had on at Beyond Hello, and his mother was like, "Who, tripping on that outfit?" Because she said something. Okay, so let me go back, and it was another video. Let me see what was she saying in here. This is an old video, but it might be. None of the campus video that I have obtained through the FOIA shows this footage. I am working on it.
I see him looking at his phone.
Oh, like see what I'm saying? He's debunking her. He's trying to debunk her.
Jelani did not call his mom.
So what I just read was, dude, what he said. None of the campus video that I have obtained through the FOIA shows him looking at his phone. Okay.
He assumed he was busy at school. Jelani did not call his mom the next day. She assumed he was busy at school. In the week since then, Kerman has carefully watched the college security video from that morning.
I see him going in a building where he's approached by two people. It looks like he talks to
Now, I don't know when this was put out. So we know that she at some point got this. So I don't know at what point she got this information.
And they all go into the building.
The building is Fairchild Hall, which houses the speech pathology and audiology department. Carmen says the tape shows him walking out a few minutes later.
I see him sit down on a bench, and I see him looking at his phone.
Like he's reading a text, or like he's looking at video, or what?
He was texting.
Then Carmen says he walked back across campus, and there's video of his car leaving. Jelani did not call his mom the next day.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that was on here or not. I'm sure I could find it if it was. Let me see. I mean, the only place that I seen in this video, but I don't know if it's something missing, if she got something more, but I damn sure will bet you she ain't lying. The hell would she lie for? She's trying to get help. She's trying to get justice for her son. What does she have to gain for lying? I can't stand people like this. Evidently, she seen it somewhere, and if she didn't, she was mistaken. But I'm going to go with she seen it somewhere. Let's listen at it one more time.
Did not call his mom the next day. She assumed he was busy at school. In the week since then, Kerman has carefully watched the college security video from that morning.
I see him going in a building where he's approached by two people. He talks to them, and they all go into the building.
The building is Fairchild Hall, which houses the speech pathology and audiology department. Carmen says the tape shows him walking out a few minutes later.
I see him sit down on a bench, and I see him looking at his phone.
Like he's reading a text or like he's looking at video or what?
He was texting.
Then Carmen says he walked back across campus and there's video of his car leaving. Jelani did not call his mom the next day. She is
one person I won't be debunking is his mother. Now, wait a minute. Let's see. We ain't gonna go there yet. We just stick to around campus. But like where he's sitting at, I'm gonna zoom in and see what I can see. Obviously though, she said that there was wherever he was punching in his code at, they was able to look at his phone and figure out his code. So that part had to happen. That's how they got the phone code and gave it to the cops, law enforcement, who probably had it already open. I don't know. But so tomorrow I am interviewing Javion's dad. Tomorrow is going to be exactly a month after he has been laid to rest. His funeral services was October 5th, which was his birthday. And tomorrow is November 5th. So we will be live tomorrow, or today now, because it's after midnight. So 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. After I end this one, that one will pop up. If y'all will please hit notify me, hit the thumbs up, and even leave a comment so you'll get notified of that. So when he was on the phone, you think that could have been Kara texting him about his patient? No, because he wasn't supposed to be there to meet the patient yet. Let me go to them messages that they had. Let's go to the messages that she sent him the night before. Because that was the whole reason why he was here. This early, too. And I know somebody has said it's a empty campus. It is rather empty, but we got to keep in mind it was COVID. They was doing online classes at first, and this was his first week on campus. So it would have been empty. More empty than the average. Okay, so the text messages between Jelani and Kara on August 23rd, 2021, as shown on the Celebrate phone extraction report. The timestamp showed UTC coordinates universal time, which is 5 hours ahead of Central Time, and that's what I was saying. I gotta research that. Because if I go by the times that's on here, it's like very inappropriate times. It's like 3 a.m. and a.m. hours that the the document say. Let me see what it says. Yeah, like this one say 1:38 a.m. But it says UTC something. So anyway, I'm like, wait. And this is what I didn't get to. Why did it even start like this? Okay, so it says though, Jelani calls Kara. Outgoing call went unanswered at 6:56 p.m. Now this is times that they put. I'm gonna just read it. So, but it do say 6:56 p.m. But this is something typed out. Outgoing call went unanswered, and then Kara must have text and said, "I can't talk right now, but I can call you in about 35 or 45 minutes." Jelani allegedly says, "Yes, ma'am." Kara calls, according to this, 7:23 p.m. And he wrote, Jelani must have sent Kara a copy of his TB results after their phone conversation. So then Kara says, "I can't read the TB results." And that was at 8:39. Then Kara says, "Did you have two-step done? It's 4 appointments." Then she says, "It looks like you only did the 1 step." And then in parentheses, 2 appointments. And then Kara also says, "Castle Branch is going to reject what you have. Castle Branch is going to reject what you have in there because you can see it." And then she goes on to say, "So if you go to the health center in the morning," now that's where he was supposed to go according to this. "If you go to the health center in the morning and start the 2nd step and show me, then you can see your patient at 3, your 3 o'clock patient." And then she said, "Are you prepped and ready for your patient? If you don't start the 2nd step, you are non-compliant and can't start clinic tomorrow." And then Jelani said, "Yes, I can do this in the morning." Now I remember Carmen. Now Carmen was upset with that, saying that he was non-compliant and stuff like that because that's not what she told her in the beginning. This is stuff that she found out later that she had told the cops, and she was upset about it because she said, "You only told me one thing about him," and I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but it was something even with that. So I don't know at what point this stuff got added to this FOIA report and all that. Oh yeah, it's something shady with that. It's something shady with the director. Period. According to Carmen, she's not. And that's another thing. Like this daily person could also be related to the director. They got some type of dog in the fight, But our dog in the fight is to get justice for Jelani and find out who did this to him. And then that first part, I don't even see. So okay, so he wrote, "I can't talk right now, but I can call you in about 35, 40 minutes." I don't see that on the screenshots. Okay, yes, I do. I don't see the outgoing call that went unanswered. That's what I don't see. But let me read it from the actual documents just in case I missed something. I do not see the ingoing call though for Jelani. I don't know where that's at, but it started out, "I can't talk right now, but I can call you in about 30, 35 minutes. He said, "Yes, ma'am." And the start time say 11:57 p.m. But if UTC is 5 hours different, that's something else. We'll see. So yeah, "I can't talk right now, but you can call me in about 30, 45 minutes. Yes, ma'am. I can't read the TB results. Did you have a 2-step done? It's 4 appointments. Looks like you only did 1." See, now that's another thing. Like, why wouldn't Jelani have taken care of this stuff? And she made it sound like it was a bad thing. Like this whole this whole thing right here is what they kind of used against him. See, he wasn't doing this right and that right, but he had A's on his grade card. Like she was like, so they making a big deal out of this and him being late for class one day. So they took anything that they could find negative about his actions through this whole thing and put it all together, and this is where they came up with this narrative. Okay, so I mean, big deal. Like he's 25 years old. He's like, man, I get it done. Like he. But it's like being taken as a huge deal. But at the same time, it don't make sense that he wouldn't have done this. And wait a minute, what did this say? Hold on. Okay, so after he said, yes, I can do that in the morning, she said, awesome. And then it says, you should also, you should also recan and upload that TB document. It's going to be rejected. Do you have an iPhone? I can use the notes scan document. And then it looked like something got attached. Yes, I do, and I will do it again. So when he typed out the messages, he didn't even type everything. If I wouldn't have went back through it, I wouldn't even seen that. Hold on. Boy, I tell you, this is a mess. The only way that yes I do. Only way that I would know that I got everything is if I requested my damn self. Good Lord. This is more than what we had, and of course I'm not going nowhere from what I already but what we already believe, that is corruption and BS. So ain't nothing changed. This didn't help me to clear it up. Let me get this clear. He was to have a TB test done, but he didn't know that there were 2 steps to complete this task. This sounds like a setup. And her having a friend in PD stand out. Yeah, it does stand out. Pulling footage and all of that stuff. Being so helpful in the beginning. And the other part about Carmen saying that she said, I was on campus. When she did that interview with the news, Carmen said that she had met with her that day, and she never told her that she had an interview with the news or that she was going to be interviewing with the news. She was immediately alerted. She said, I didn't even know why they was so like alerted by Jelani missing class. She said I didn't even know to report him missing. I didn't know that Jelani was in any trouble at that point, and they were already on high alert. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. So you got to remember all that. What was going on in the beginning? And to be honest, if we go back to, I mean, I don't know who none of the people were, but who were the people that were so helpful in the beginning? Those are the people that you got to look at, especially if they're not talking to you now or, acting different because you asked them a damn question. Because I remember when Carmen was first telling the story, she was like, and that's why I want to go back through some videos because she was just like, in the beginning, she was just so happy that she was helping. She was just so grateful. But then her family, like, hold on, like she moving weird. First of all, why she admitted she said something about, yeah, I was texting with Jelani last night and he was supposed to do something for me. And I remember it being said like that because we was like, what was he supposed to do for her? So why would she even say it that way? I mean, I don't know if Carmen was saying verbatim what she was saying, but I kind of got that. That's what she was doing, repeating what she was saying, and it just don't. That just don't make sense. I mean, I don't know, man. It do sound like a setup. I don't care what nobody say. Who was pulling them tapes? Who's the person that was pulling the tapes in the beginning? Who was the person that went to the Starbucks before she even told her that he was at Starbucks? But they knew because they had put the cameras. And then I remember recently hearing something like originally she thought he went to the Starbucks on campus, but he went to something. No, he did go to the Starbucks on campus. That's what we just looked at. It's been so much said, man. Somebody need to, put a documentary together. I ain't ready for all that yet, but I'm talking about what the real, what the information that we have based off of what she was told in the beginning. That's another reason why it's important to get statements from people in the beginning, because people, they try to change it later after they had time to think about it and stuff. But a lot of that stuff is foggy to Carmen because that was the very beginning. She didn't even really know what was going on. She didn't even know Kara. I mean, at all. Jelani didn't know Kara like that either. This was his first freaking week on campus, which is why he was lost. But my thing is, did he ever get to where he was supposed to go? Because they basically telling us he just went to campus to get a coffee and left, and then go get some weed later. Like, and if his mother says she seen him talking to somebody, she did. Because in this part of the video, like I said, when it was about to end, and after he got his coffee and he was walking out, it was some people that he walked towards. I pointed it out. Like I said, I mean, I haven't dissected this footage or nothing, but it's few people there, but it is people there. Like when he was sitting there waiting for his coffee, it was somebody sitting there right at the table. Y'all might not have noticed the person was sitting there, but it's a big blur over the person. And then there's people that's working that's there, and it's a sprinkle of people in there. I think this is the one that shows Starbucks, and it wasn't second. See, look, he just walking back and forth. Like if nobody was telling me nothing, no time. That one got a time stamp on it. I don't know nothing. So that ain't the one. Oh shoot, that probably was. But anyway, y'all, it's so much to go over that I don't wanna I just wanna do little bits at a time so we could make it make sense. I don't know. If it was allegedly they got the record showing they communication, so I guess that would be, but I don't trust nothing. Really don't. When he was on the phone, you think that could have been Kara texting him about his patient. And then it's before 7 when he first get here. I remember what we heard Carmen say he had logged in at 6:50 at the computer or whatever, or wherever. I mean, coming through the doors or something. He was thrown in post mortem or close to it because ain't no way the water wasn't even deep like that. River would have drugged him into eventually sinking before just jumping in and drowning. Yeah, that ain't no telling what they took from him, man. They ain't just put him in the water. without, I mean, heck, the pathologist said he said things was missing. I don't even know why they was missing. It was mass destruction to his body. It was unnecessary, the things that they did. He said he been working 50 years doing this, and he ain't never seen a body so badly brutalized like Jelani. He's seen plane crashes, all kind of stuff. A plane crash was enough to say that Jelani body was worse than a person from a frequent plane crash. Come on, man. They definitely knew what they was doing. Right. Couldn't drown yourself being awake. Yeah, my phone put Robert's. But so all right, y'all. I'ma end it. As a matter of fact, I still got a little work I gotta do for tomorrow's interview with Mr. Corey McGee. So y'all please when I end that, make sure y'all hit the notify me. But we will be live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Exactly 1 month after Javion has been laid to rest. His dad is gonna come and talk to us. So if y'all got any questions, y'all can call the phone and leave a message right now. It would be nice if y'all would do that. And then I could play it on the live stream tomorrow if there's anything y'all want to know. I mean, or you could also, chance that I see it tomorrow, which I don't even know. But it's better to just, call. But I'll open up the lines tomorrow too, though, if y'all want to call live and ask them anything. You could also send me a message and tell me what to ask them. You know what I'm saying? If y'all could think of anything that y'all want to know. I'm up for a minute. So anyway, we're gonna get out of here. It's justice for Jelani. It's justice for Javion, and it's some similarities too. More similarities, like even the 7:30 of him leaving the school, 7:38 when he left the campus. And it was 7 o'clock when Javion allegedly turned on his engine, and 7:30 when it turned it back off. But now we got the grandmother as calling, which we've already talked about, calling at 6:01 or 7:01, depending on what time zone she in. So, but we'll figure all that stuff out tomorrow. But I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Make this go viral. Woo! Thank you, I appreciate that. Good night, everyone. Have a blessed night. Thanks for tuning in with Miss G. Make this go viral Friday podcast. Shout out to y'all. Please smack that thumbs up if you didn't get a chance to. Make this go viral. Make this go higher. Peace and love, y'all. We out.